What if I told you that everything you've been throwing away could become the most beautiful part of your backyard? In this video, I'll show you how to turn old tires, bottles, and broken wood into a magical garden space. One that feels warm, alive, and entirely handmade. You'll see ideas that cost almost nothing but look like something out of a magazine. These are not impossible projects. They're simple, sustainable, and designed for anyone who loves beauty and creativity. Welcome to Modhaus DIY, where every idea begins with a story, and where creativity transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. This video is packed with timestamps, so feel free to explore any project that catches your eye. If something inspires you, or if you have questions, leave a comment. I love hearing your thoughts. And remember, you don't need perfection to create something meaningful. You just need to start. Maybe to you, I'm just another face on a screen. But behind this content, there's a real story and a real family. This isn't just a video. It's a piece of my heart. Every like, every comment, every subscribe, it truly matters. When you hit that button, you're not just supporting a creator, you're helping a small family's dream stay alive. Thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing me. In a tiny backyard, sometimes the most magical transformations come from the simplest materials, like fallen twigs scattered after a summer breeze. With patience and imagination, these forgotten branches can become a charming twig fence edging, shaping a boundary that feels alive and crafted by nature itself. Each twig carries its own texture, its own curve, and when woven together, they tell a quiet story of renewal. How something ordinary can define beauty in the smallest garden. The sunlight plays gently across the wooden surface, and the shadows between each branch dance on the soil. Around it, lavender, petunias, and marigolds burst into color, as if celebrating their newfound frame. This project isn't about perfection. It's about feeling the rhythm of your garden, letting your hands connect with raw wood, soil, and scent of summer air. Every knot tied with jute rope adds a touch of care. Every curve follows intuition. You don't need expensive tools or store-bought borders. Just time, creativity, and a heart that sees possibility in things others overlook. When the day ends, the light fades softly on the twigs, and your backyard feels warmer, more personal. That's the beauty of upcycling. Not just recycling materials, but giving forgotten things a second life that feels beautifully alive. There's a certain magic in watching trash come back to life, especially when an old tire transforms into a cheerful garden creature. In one corner of the backyard, a small turtle made of rubber rests proudly, carrying a bouquet of marigolds on its back. Nearby, a pastel pink bunny planter greets the morning sun, its flowers dancing with the wind. Each of these tire animal planters began as something forgotten, black, dusty, and unwanted. But through color, imagination, and a bit of hard work, they've become symbols of joy and creativity. The paintbrush becomes your wand, the garden your stage, and the tires your canvas of renewal. This is more than a DIY project. It's a gentle rebellion against waste. It reminds us that beauty doesn't need perfection. It only needs attention. Every stroke of color, every flower rooted in recycled soil, tells a story of hope, that even what we throw away can bloom again. As the sunlight softens into golden evening, the little animal planters glow like characters from a fairy tale. Kids laugh, butterflies rest on petals, and the backyard feels alive. You realize, in a world that rushes to discard, creating something like this is a quiet act of love. When the sun sets and the day gives way to dusk, that's when the garden begins to whisper in light. These recycled bottle border lights turn ordinary glass into glowing jewels that guide your steps and spark quiet wonder. Once discarded bottles, now glowing softly like captured fireflies, they line the path and frame the flowers with gentle warmth. It starts with a simple idea: to save what's thrown away and make it shine again. Each bottle, painted or left in its natural color, becomes a vessel for light. As the solar cells awaken and twilight deepens, the glow spreads slowly across the patio, wrapping everything in a golden calm. This isn't just a decoration. It's a story about transformation. The bottles once held wine, water, or soda. Now they hold light, laughter, and the memory of summer nights. They remind us that creativity often hides in the things we overlook. You can almost feel the breeze, smell the soil cooling, and hear the soft hum of the evening. And as you stand there, surrounded by your own recycled lights, you realize sustainability can be beautiful, too. In that glow, the world feels peaceful, handmade, and alive. A garden doesn't always need walls. Sometimes, a few wooden posts and ropes are enough to define its soul. The wood and rope garden divider blends nature's simplicity with human craftsmanship, turning plain boundaries into art. Each knot, each post, feels like a quiet promise between nature and your creativity. The rough jute rope stretches gently, its texture soft against your fingers, connecting wooden posts that stand proudly in the soil. Together, they mark spaces not to divide, but to frame the herbs from the flowers, the pebbles from the grass. As sunlight filters through, the shadows of the ropes weave delicate lines across the garden floor like threads of light. This isn't about perfection or symmetry. It's about balance, between strength and softness, between what's handmade and what's grown. The rope will weather, the wood will fade, and that's the beauty of it. Time will give it character, just as it gives meaning to your garden. When evening falls, the divider glows softly under the fading sun, whispering of patience and intention. You realize it's not just a structure, it's a statement. A gentle reminder that the most beautiful things are those built with care, using what's already around you. Color doesn't just decorate a garden, it changes the way it feels. What once was dull and gray suddenly becomes alive, bright, and joyful. The colorful trash pot garden celebrates that magic, proving that even discarded containers can bloom into art. Every can, bucket, and bottle carries a second chance. With a bit of paint and patience, you turn them into vessels of happiness, tiny worlds where flowers sing in color. The red pot bursts with geraniums, the turquoise can hold golden marigolds, and the pastel bucket hums softly with lavender. Together, they form a chorus of color that makes the backyard smile. It's not about spending money, it's about seeing potential. That cracked bucket you nearly threw away, it can become a centerpiece. That faded bottle, a splash of paint, and it shines again. This project teaches that creativity begins when you stop seeing trash and start seeing possibilities. As the sun rises, the colors glow brighter, casting cheerful reflections across the patio. Children laugh, butterflies hover, and the garden feels alive with personality. It's messy, imperfect, but beautifully human, a patchwork of color and care. Because in the end, recycling isn't just about saving the planet. It's about filling your life and your garden with joy that refuses to fade. Sometimes beauty lies not in what you build tall, but in what you build close to the ground. The tiny yardstone fence is a quiet masterpiece, crafted from the earth itself. Every stone carries its own color, weight, and memory, once part of rivers, mountains, or roads, now reborn as a frame for your garden story. You kneel down, soil under your hands, arranging each rock one by one. The rhythm feels meditative. Some stones are smooth, some jagged, but together they create harmony, a natural line that defines space without confining it. Around it, lavender and marigolds bloom, their colors glowing against the earthy tones of stone. This project reminds us that strength can be simple. No glue, no nails, just patience, gravity, and trust in nature's design. Over time, moss will grow between the cracks, softening the edges and adding age, turning your garden border into something timeless. As evening arrives, sunlight catches the stones, casting golden reflections across the tiny yard. It's peaceful, not grand, not loud, just beautifully alive. Because sometimes, the smallest fences don't keep things apart. They bring them together, soil, stone, and spirit, united by your own hands. Walls don't have to be plain. Sometimes they can bloom. The hanging tire wall planters turn old, forgotten tires into living art. What once rolled on dusty roads now hangs gracefully, carrying the weight of flowers instead of air. Each tire becomes a canvas, painted in summer tones, breathing new life into the garden fence. You lift one, hang it carefully, fill it with soil, and plant a mix of trailing petunias and ivy. As the days pass, green vines spill over the edge, cascading like soft curtains of life. The rubber that once symbolized motion now stands still, transformed into a gentle cradle for nature. Every planter tells a story, a journey from waste to wonder. It's a simple act of defiance against throwaway culture, proof that beauty doesn't require perfection, just imagination. The colors pop under the sun, the flowers sway in the wind, and the garden feels taller, fuller, and happier. When evening comes, the tires catch the last golden light, glowing softly against the wooden wall. The scent of flowers mixes with warm air. You take a step back and smile, because what was once trash now blooms proudly, whispering to everyone who passes by. Creativity can make anything come alive again. From the ground up, beauty grows, and sometimes it climbs. The bottle flower towers turn ordinary plastic bottles into stunning vertical gardens that reach for the sky. In small spaces where soil is scarce, these towers create abundance. Each recycled bottle becomes a pocket of life, stacked carefully, forming a living column of color. You start with one bottle, then another, threading them through a sturdy pole. Soil fills each layer, and soon roots begin to weave like threads in a tapestry. Petunias spill down, marigolds lift their golden faces to the sun, and the tower hums quietly with bees and life. What once was trash now stands tall, not just as decoration, but as a statement. It proves that space doesn't limit creativity, imagination does. With just sunlight, water, and patience, your backyard transforms into a vertical paradise that makes neighbors stop and stare. At dusk, when the last rays of sun pass through the bottles, the towers shimmer like stained glass, glowing softly, proudly recycled. It's a reminder that growth isn't about how much space you have, but how you choose to fill it. And here, every inch blooms with purpose, color, and hope. Every garden needs a place to pause, somewhere to breathe, to sit, and to simply be. The DIY patio border benches turn leftover materials into comfort and charm, wrapping your outdoor space in both purpose and personality. It begins with scraps, an old plank, a few stones, maybe some forgotten blocks. But in your hands, they become more than leftovers. You line them along the patio's edge, shaping a bench that hugs the border like a quiet friend. Soon, it's decorated with pillows, surrounded by flowers, and bathed in afternoon sun. The air smells of lavender and warm wood. Birds hop close, curious about this new addition. Here, morning coffee tastes better. Evening conversations last longer. It's not a luxury. It's a story built from patience and imagination. The best part? It costs almost nothing. What once cluttered your shed now invites people to stay. This is what DIY truly means, turning what you have into something that feels like home. When twilight arrives, soft light dances across the bench's surface, shadows blending with the garden's calm. You sit down, surrounded by blooms and breeze, and realize this simple border bench didn't just complete your patio, it completed the feeling of your backyard. Every garden deserves an entrance that feels like a story waiting to unfold. The rustic twig archway stands as that story's first line. Humble, handmade, yet full of wonder. Built from fallen branches and twine, it curves gently toward the sky, forming a living frame where nature and creativity meet. You tie each twig by hand, shaping the arch with patience. Soon, vines climb eagerly, wrapping around the wood as if recognizing home. Roses bloom at the top, their fragrance spilling into the air. When you walk through it, sunlight catches on the leaves, painting soft gold across your face. It feels like stepping into another world, one you made yourself. This archway isn't just decoration, it's an invitation. A passage between ordinary and magical, between what's made and what's grown. And as the seasons change, the twigs age beautifully, their color deepening, their shapes settling naturally into the rhythm of your garden. In the evening, when the sky glows orange and the arch casts long shadows across the path, you pause beneath it. The flowers sway, the air hums softly, and you realize this isn't just a garden. It's a living poem written with branches, sunlight, and time. Sometimes a fence isn't just a boundary, it's a blank canvas waiting for stories. The recycled fence art frames breathe creativity into empty spaces, transforming plain wooden panels into a living outdoor gallery. Each frame tells its own tale, a mirror reflecting sunlight, a tiny pot of succulents, a painting made by nature herself. You start by gathering what's left behind: old picture frames, broken windows, forgotten scraps of wood. A little sanding, a touch of paint, and they're reborn. Hung carefully on the garden fence, they catch the morning light and dance with the shadows of passing leaves. As you add more, the wall evolves, no longer a divider, but an exhibition of imagination. Birds perch on the corners, vines creep gently around the edges, and every visitor pauses for a moment, smiling at how something so simple could feel so alive. The beauty of this project lies in its imperfection. Some frames fade, some chip, yet each mark becomes part of the art. By reusing what once was discarded, you create not just decor, but meaning. When evening comes, golden sunlight paints the frames one last time before night falls. The fence stands glowing quietly, proud and personal, a proof that art doesn't always need a gallery. Sometimes it just needs a garden. Peace doesn't always come from silence. Sometimes it flows, softly, from water. The mini recycled pond corner brings that calm into even the tiniest garden, turning discarded containers into a reflection of life and light. What once was a tire or an old basin now holds ripples, lilies, and the quiet rhythm of nature. You dig a small space in the corner, Line it with care and fill it slowly. Stones form a border, moss softens the edges, and soon water mirrors the sky above. A single lily opens, catching the sunlight, and a dragonfly lands as if to bless your creation. This pond isn't about perfection, it's about presence, about how something man-made and forgotten can hold something timeless and alive. Each ripple tells a story of patience, each petal a reminder of renewal. The sound of water, gentle and steady, turns your backyard into a sanctuary. By dusk, the reflection deepens, gold turns to blue, and the pond glows softly under the fading light. You stand nearby, feeling that quiet pride only handmade things can give. It's more than decoration, it's transformation. A corner of peace made from what others might have thrown away.